Today I'm going through a closer look at the new FutureWorks steering that has just been released on Zwift. Now we'll go through the details here on the website. I'll show you the hardware and configuration that I've got here in the Lama Lab. It's currently under the bike right now. I'll go through the pairing options on a PC. We'll also have a discussion about how you can pair it on Apple TV if you've already got those two Bluetooth channels consumed. And then we'll jump on and have a quick free ride through Titan's Grove with all the twists and turns. Due to the unfair advantage the steering block gives everybody, Zwift have decided to turn off steering for the moment in all races, so I can't showcase how it works in races by dive bombing the inside and choosing better lines. So hopefully in free ride, we can get a feel of what it's all about, and soon, when it's opened up again for races, we can have a look at that. Okay, diving into the details as posted over on Zwift.com, we'll scroll down here. The required hardware for this, you'll need an Elite Sterzo Smart, which is the exact same as the Elite Sterzo, but it has the smarts. This will send steering information over ANT+ or Bluetooth, but if you're going to buy one of these, it needs to be the smart version to get this steering module working. At this point in time, Zwift do list they only support Bluetooth, but Sterzo does support ANT+, and that may be added in the future. Smart bikes, possibly the addition of those in the future with their additional auxiliary buttons, so watch for that. The companion app, now remembering the Repack Ridge was released with the companion app steering, so I was using the original Sterzo physical steering block without the smarts and a companion app paired to that for the steering. Now this is not that, that's incompatible with what I'm going to be using today. That may be retired, I'm guessing. It just wasn't accurate enough. Something like the Sterzo Smart will have higher precision, it'll return to center, shouldn't drift, it should be a much better experience, which I think is why Zwift held out so long for releasing the follow-up to the steering component in-game. Now the other details here, positioning and setup, okay, I've covered all of that in the original Sterzo video, again I will link below. Pairing, which we will dive into in a moment. I always wondered how they're going to pair additional devices. We've always had the same five there, the power source, the speed sensor, heart rate, cadence, and controllable. Where were they going to put something else? Well, turns out it's hanging off the side there. The Sterzo will turn up off the side if it is detected. So we'll go through that in a moment on my Windows PC. And when steering is enabled, it will have a little icon on screen. So if I'm doing a live stream with it, or you are riding yourself with it, you want to know, is steering enabled? Yes, no, you're going to hit the barriers, bang, it's going to have a little icon there. They do list here that if there's no information received from the device, it will then go to sleep and you'll go back into normal steer mode or auto steer mode. Onto the steering basics. Now there is lateral collision detection if you have a steering device. So what that means is you can't just steer through people. On Zwift at the moment, the automated system will just steer you through people and beside people and you'll mesh and it will go wherever the system puts you. With this rider collision, you cannot go sideways into a rider. So you will need to pick a gap to move sideways. Front and back, you will still be able to ride through riders. Analog steering, well, that's exactly what this is all about. You turn the handlebars, you turn the bike in game. And drafting. Now this is where the game changes big time for Zwift. You can see there, little graphic, the draft effect is a V shape, like a flock of flying birds, just like out in the real world. If you steer outside of that V shape, you're not going to get the drafting effect. But the racer's way of looking at this is that you can use that to attack and not have people on your wheel. If you don't have steering on Zwift, you have to attack straight from the bunch. They can see you, they get your draft, they can jump on your wheel. But as like in real racing, you never attack straight from the bunch. You jump to the side, jump to the gutter and go from there. This should allow for that. Thinking further on from that, team time trials, working turns in a bunch. Maybe Zwift could implement crosswinds because we can now do echelons with steering. The sky's the limit. This really is a door-opening feature if they grab and run or ride with all of this technology. Okay, enough speculation though on what they're going to do. The further information they list here is turning off steering. Obviously, if you unpair the steering, you'll go back to auto steering, just as Zwift always has been. Or if there's inactivity from the steering device, let's just say the batteries go flat or the signal drops, fingers crossed that doesn't happen, it'll go back to auto steer mode as well. There's also some pro steering tips here, which I think we'll skip over because we want to start this fresh and see how we go and make all the mistakes ourselves. Okay, let's get this party started by jumping to the pairing screen. Always a bit of fun. We have a kicker and a kicker bike. Okay, we'll pair the kicker over Bluetooth. We want cadence as well. Hey, there we go, it woke up. No heart rate monitor for the moment until I jump on the bike in a moment, but we can see the steering is showing up over on the corner there. We click on that. Sterzo, welcome along to the Lama Lab Sterzo via Bluetooth, and we are there. No signal. Activating. Hey, connected, and it shows the steering of that. So back to center, we have 0 and -0, always a good sign. All the way up, does it go all the way to, oh, it goes all the way well past 11. Oh, I've twisted that well out of spec. Okay, let's get that back to the center. If I let go of the bars, always return to center. That looks good to me. And I'm guessing that's why there's no drift with that. Rock and roll, as easy as that to pair. Now, if you are on an Apple TV and you need to pair more than 2 devices, so this being your 3rd device, you'll need to switch over and pair everything via the companion app's Bluetooth pairing. Now, you do that with the configuration here. You switch over to Zwift Companion. The companion app needs to be running, connected to the same Wi-Fi network and logged into the same account as you're running here on your Zwift machine. The Zwift Companion app will then pop up and you'll have almost unlimited Bluetooth connections. Well, I won't commit to unlimited, a lot more than just 2 extra anyway via the companion app. So there's the answer if you want to connect a Sterzo Smart via Apple TV without limitation. I'm using a Windows 10 machine here, built-in Bluetooth is happy to run. Okay, there we go. We click OK. Make sure I take my hand off the bars and make sure it goes back to 0. And where shall we take this for our ride? Okay, big loop, routes. Nothing else changes on screen here. It all looks pretty good. Watopia, routes. We'll choose something that goes through the Mirror in the Mountain. I know it goes through Titans Grove, which is the one I want to have a quick ride of right now. We are good. We hit ride. And fingers crossed, my little avatar will have steering. There we have it. Okay, so the icon at the top there, steering is on. If I turn the bars, nothing happens. That's interesting. What if I jump on? Do a quick spin here before I kit up. Oh, there's a runner. So steering is on. Hey, okay, welcome to FutureWorks Steering. We have an onboarding process. You cannot steer into others. As I said, the lateral collision detection is there. Rotate your bars freely. There we go. In the background that's happening, cool. And each Zwifter produces a draft. The best draft is found directly behind the rider. Okay, so if I can just veer and center, veer and center, veer and center. That's working quite well, and there's definitely no drift. Okay, let's quickly go around the corner here and see if it's going to turn me automatically and the steer device becomes a veering device. Okay, so I haven't steered there at all, but it kept me on the same track. So in free ride, it looks more like a veering than free world steering. Again, not steering anything, it's taking me around the corner on the outside line. If I want to go to the inside line, I can on my side of the road. So a little bit to the left of that. Want it to go the longer route, the tourist route, we can get out to the edge. And steering, and steering. Cool. I guess you want to see the front wheel in action too while I'm doing that. So what I'm going to do now is kit up. I'll put a camera on the front wheel as well. I'm going to go find a wheel to sit on and see how it goes. Okay, back in just one moment. Okay, with the power of the internet, here we are, fully kitted up and ready to ride. And you can see my front wheel as well. Let's get the heart rate paired to show you that I am doing some work. There we go, Polar H10, we are on. Steering. Yep, we're good. Let's roll. So unlike GTA, where you were always having to pick your line or you would just literally go straight, this is more of a veering setup. So again, the dude is taking the corners, but if I want to take a quicker corner, we can do that. So next up, we turn a little bit this way. Take the racing line, so to speak. Okay. Now if I'm already on the, what I would call the internal steering route, it keeps me there, so I can go across to this side. And now I'm on technically the shortest route around the corner without having to steer it. So again, there, and there. And then it takes me the shortest route. So that's going to take some getting used to for racing. So diving the inside line, and now without steering, takes me to the inside line. Again, inside line, no steering. I'm still on the inside line. What I would like to see is, or what I assumed it would have done, was take me to the inside, then maybe drift me out if I didn't update where I was on the road. So is it free world steering? Not quite. It's almost lane choosing. It has the illusion of freedom, but again, it's more like slot car racing, I would call it, where you can pick which track you're in, and it will keep you there. Okay, so there's no need for me to steer around this corner once I'm in the lane that I need to be in. I still feel like I need to pull on the handlebars though to go around the corner, and I don't. So this will take some getting used to. Will it always be this way? Well, we don't know. Today's the first day it's dropped. It's only been out a few hours, and I guess they're looking for user feedback. That's my first initial impressions of it. There's a rider coming up. We'll see if we can jump in the draft, and then we'll attack in and go, oh, they're doing a workout. A. Murphy. Okay, you're in my sights. Here we go. A. Murphy will steer over, jump on your wheel. Oh, going up a hill. Come on, A. Murphy. Oh. Did A. Murphy just follow me then? Is there a drafting where it follows me? Was I? Oh, he stopped pedaling. Come on, Murphy. Up your game, mate. Come on. We're going to have to find someone else to annoy out here. I'm Sterzo hunting. Look out, Jarvis the bear. Got a tourist route. Again, it keeps us on the tourist route. Racing line, tourist route, racing, actually the racing line's back here. Here we go, collar her, light her up, doing a workout. Actually, let's go Mathis a little bit further up the road. Mathis is at 2.7. Try a bit of elbow work up here with Mathis. Oops. So your brain can wander and you can keep moving forward. You don't hit the barriers. It's strange that you turn, but then you can go back to center and you're still on the tightest line. That's going to take some getting used to. All right, so Mathis. It's going to get downhill here. Things will get fast. Okay. That felt like a racing move. And into the, oh, crash. There we go. Elbows out. Hey, Mathis. Out of my way, out of my way. Can't steer through, can't steer through. Can go out, in, oh, out. I'm sorry, Mathis, I'm using you as a bit of a test case here, but it's for science. I do apologise if I'm interrupting your workout, mate, but bang! Bang! Oh, I'd hate to know what he's thinking now. He or she, sorry. Bang! Inside line. Oh, well, the lack of racing is a bit disappointing. I'm having my own fun here. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Come on. Repack ridge didn't pop up as an option. What do you think, Mathis? Oh, can't go anywhere. Can't get my racing line. Forced around the outside. Grabs the inside line though. Kind of off-centered a bit. There we go. I've recentered. We're good. Where are you, Mathis? Oh, bang! Okay. The sideways collision detection works just... Sorry, Mathis, if you... Look, I'll go the other way. Hang on, I've got another victim. Somebody on a Tron. He's a dirt rider, let's go. Tocknell, thanks for playing. Welcome to my elbow. Inside line, oh, I can't get there. So it's working well. It's doing what I expect it to do, except the slot car lane picking is a little bit automated, I guess. But full free steering is hard to do. It's very busy and it keeps you almost too preoccupied with trying to choose where you're going inside of this. How far is it till I can brake out? There we go. Off the front wheel and I can brake out. Now if we get over the top, you should be able to race down a little bit. Back on the wheel. Now where's the indication of me being in the draft? There's none. If I drop off, close the gap. But if I'm out here, there's no option to close the gap because I'm not in the draft. Cool. Shortest route. Good pick. Oh, look out. Cool. Will be interesting to see if the GPS file does the snake too. Let's turn off my effort down the bottom. Let's go, Tocknell. Apologies for interrupting your ride, mate. All right, now Tocknell's holding 3.4 watts. It should be a pretty fast descent. I should be able to pick some lines on his wheel. There we go. All right. Cool, Tocknell's an erg. So in the draft, inside line around this corner. Oops, crossed up a wheel, not the inside line. The dead guys are good, they'll be fine. There we go, as I said. Inside line, yeah! This would be busy coming down Alp to Zwift. Goes out. Lets him pull a turn. Jumps back onto the wheel. There we go. Okay, that's a wow moment right there. Slinging back onto the wheel at speed. Mark that in the video somewhere as I'm impressed. Inside line, that is quicker. A lot quicker. Where's the elbow shake? Oh, it's not there. Again, inside line, so much faster around those corners. Boom! Thanks, mate. I hope you see the replay of this. I appreciate your wheel to demonstrate what I'm up to. So if I want to pull off the front, I can take the quicker line really back off, swing out, back on the wheel. A bit too slow on the acceleration, but you get the picture. This is a game changer for interactivity. For my ride solo, not so much. For what I'm doing right here, absolutely. Okay, so let me take over the front. Swings back in line. There we go. He's now on the wheel. Now, is there a sticky draft? Not really. I'm trying to play with the AI versus human. If there was a sticky draft, the AI or non-steering bot, person, sorry, would follow me on that line. That's not taking place. Which is probably good. It'll end up with a big long snake. Otherwise. Okay, back on the wheel. Boom. Very, very cool. Is it the next big thing? Well, I guess it's going to depend on the uptake, the hardware, the compatibility with smart bikes, and obviously event organisers enabling steering. But for the dynamics that I'm seeing here, my ability to roll off the front, roll back on by taking a shorter line, that's pretty cool. It's one of these things where if everyone had it, it'd be great, but we'll see on the uptake. All right, we'll get this small little descent done, call it a day. Inside line. Okay, so I've picked the inside line, we'll just stay on the inside, and it keeps us there. So it's sticky steering, I'd call it. Sticky steering. Much easier to make up lost ground by cutting those corners. Look at that. Boom. Nose in front. Drifting back out. Oh, some tighter corners coming up. Inside line on that. And on here. Yeah, once I've steered, I don't need to re-steer, which is a little weird. So I guess if I forget, no real big deal. The final test I'll do today is the other side of this bridge. We'll see if I can steer hard and influence the route that I'll be taking. I don't think so. I think it's a keyboard or a companion app or a mouse click to do that. So I'll drop off Tocqueville here so I can steer to both sides of the road, and we'll see if that has any influence on what's on screen and where I turn. So my pre-selected route will take me left. If I'm steering all the way to the right, I'm still going left. Sorry, if I'm steering all the way to the right, yes, I'm still going left. That makes sense. It's late. So steering has no influence on turning. There we go, we'll leave it there. All right. Right, oh, that's lots of keys. Good job. So there we are. A first look and some first-on experience with the Elite Sterzo Smart and the new FutureWorks steering on Zwift. I'd call it sticky steering, as you saw around those corners. Once I was in the line, I stayed there. So sticky steering, game changer, absolutely for interacting with others. By myself, not so much. I'm happy to sit in the middle of the road and just get my workouts done, so not essential there. But as I said, interacting with others, just that one rider was a ton of fun. If we were going super hard and pulling turns, if there was more of us, which I should join some live streams, join some bunches with live streams soon, and we'll see how that all operates, but pretty cool. Will this work out in meetup mode? That's what I want to know. Not enabled for official events, but for meetups, we shall see. I guess if it's not, we could all join a meetup and quit, and then ride as a bunch. Pretty cool. Anyhow, let us know what you think. Remembering, it's not mandatory technology, you do not need it. Race organisers can choose to disable or enable it for races. If everyone has it, it's worth having. If only half the bunch have it, probably not, because you saw me making up a ton of room there on just that one rider. So time on the bunch, if there was only a group of riders away and everyone was taking tighter corners, they're going to win the race. Simple as that. It's almost like having a power up. Okay, we'll leave it there. I'll be back with some live streams with that. That was way too much fun. Apologies for how long this one has been, but we answered some technical questions there about how it all connects and how it all works. And it seems to work. As always, remember to hit like if you've enjoyed this one and hit subscribe to support this channel. We'll be back soon. There's lots of things to cover in this new update today. All right, see you later.